So after this session, I will be able to send you the recording, and so you will be able to go over it again. Okay, so hello everybody. Welcome to the AxTraxPro live demo. This session is the second session of two sessions regarding the AxTraxPro. The first one was yesterday. Just tell me who among you participated in yesterday's presentation, yesterday's session, the part one. You can.
Me.
Okay, thank you. And other guys, you can write me in the chat. Guys, are there anyone from you that participated in yesterday's presentation regarding the AxTraxPro? Okay. Yes, Donald said yes. Okay, thank you, Donald. So I assume that the other guys didn't participate. So if there will be a need to repeat a few things to understand the different screens and the demo, the live demo, I will do that for the benefit of the others that didn't participate. Okay, so now we're going to start. Oops, I made a mistake here. Okay, you still see the doors module, yes? In the AxTraxPro. You see my cursor?
Yes.
Okay, great. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depends where you are. Now in Israel it is evening, and as I always says, in Hebrew we say Erev Tov for good evening. So Erev Tov, everybody. My name is Giora. I'm a pre-sales engineer at Rosler Security Products. Again, for those of you who still don't know me, you may call me Gigi. It is my nickname since childhood from the neighborhood. I like this name very much. It will make it much easier for you to pronounce Gigi instead of Giora. Sometimes it is difficult. I'll just comment that, you know, today is a very special day in Israel. It's the Holocaust Day. About what in our history, what happens to our people in the Second World War, and we are now in a Memorial Day, but it is the end. It's towards the end of this day, so we will go on. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the AxTraxPro, which is our access control management system, the new version that replaces the AxTrax NG. How many of you are familiar with the AxTrax NG? Tell me by mic, open the mic, or just by chat. I want to see who is familiar and who is not.
Very experienced with Expanse, which is very similar to NG.
Yes, I remember Naveen, you told me yesterday. Are there any other guys who are familiar with AxTrax? No, so no comment. So I assume that they are not familiar. So you have an advantage, Naveen. So yesterday we talked about the AxTraxPro, and somebody wrote me something. Yes, okay. So I see that also Marco Polo. Okay, thank you for that. So yesterday we talked about the AxTraxPro and its new features and capabilities, and today we're going to see a live demo of this system. I have here on my desk, I have a demo case with a live system, AC825 with an expansion board, the D825 that is mounted as a piggy bank over the AC825 motherboard. And I'm connected to that system via the LAN. So I'm also connected to Rosler's network. So from time to time, you will see emails coming, and you see that it is really live. And we will play a little bit with the different screens and menus, and we will explain everything. Okay, so as we said yesterday, the AxTraxPro web client consists of 6 modules. We said that we have the doors, users, lockdowns, events, events, it's coming up now, networks, and reports. We will go and deep dive into each of them and see the features, the capabilities. And you see, we said yesterday that the operator has all it needs in order to manage the system and do all his and control the on-premise AxTraxPro server for daily tasks. We said that it is a subset of the AxTraxPro, AxTrax NG PC client, because if you want to configure and to install and do all the settings, you'll need the AxTrax NG or AxTraxPro PC client. But once everything is configured and the setup is ready, the functionality of the web client is more than sufficient for daily tasks. The operator has all he needs, So here we see the doors module. Here it is the workspace in the doors module screen. Here we see the list of all active doors in the system. We can search here a door. We are very smart. We have a smart search here. We just type. It is smart because we just type the first letters and the relevant doors appears. So I see the name of the doors, main door, marketing door, server room door. I see if there is any description of any of these doors, it will be written here. I see the direction in or out. Is it an entry or exit reader? I'll see the status of the door. In a few minutes, you will see how it changes. And I have a log state. We will demonstrate it. But first, I will want to show you that I can open every door in my system manually from this screen. If I want to open a door, and the behavior, it is just like as if I just passed a card in that reader. So if I'll push and click these buttons, I hope you hear the clicks and beeps. So the doors are being opened, and the status changes that the auto lock will lock the door back again in a few seconds. I can also lock or unlock a door from here permanently or for a period of time. For example, I do it for the main door, and a door will be unlocked for or unlimited time or for an interval of time, and I just press unlock. So now the main door is opened, and I can unlock it back again, unlocking. If I click on a specific door, a side window will be opened, and I will get some more details about these doors. So it is said that it is the marketing door, door number 2. I can open or unlock from here as before. And I will get some general details. You see, it is unlocked. Now it is locked again. Here I saw the status. And the status appeared here. And I see general details regarding that door. This is the marketing door. Direction is in. It is an entry reader. And I see the access level of that door. Yesterday, we talked about access levels. And we say that access level is assigned to readers and users. And we say that a user can enter any door that the door's access level is equivalent to or below his user's access level. You will see it later in the live demo. And I can see permissions regarding that door. First of all, I can see who is allowed. When it is allowed entering that door. So first I can see the access groups, all the access groups that this reader, this door is part of. And I can see how many members in these access groups. All these access groups, the door number 2 is part of. And I can see the members, how many members in each access groups. And I see the time zones. You know, time zones, it's a period of times, interval of times in which access is allowed for the specific users. I configured in this system a time zone called Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, but I didn't implement it because I demonstrate this live demo in many time zones throughout the globe. So I wanted it to be operated and activated all day, so all hours. So I just put here always. And I can also see the ID holders. Who are the ID holders, the credential holders, the users that are allowed entering this door, door number 2, the marketing door. I see the name of the user. I see his photo. I see if he is now in the time zone. All of them will be because it is always. I see the user's access level. This guy, for example, disabled. This user doesn't have an access level. And I see when this user last accessed this door. You see, it was at this time. And if I click on one of these users, I will be transferred directly to the users module with all the information about this user. But still, I wanted to show you that the ID holders that are allowed entering that door are allowed. Something is missing here. I wanted to see the reason why they are allowed. Access level. Last access level. No, so I don't know what happened here. Just a minute, general. Then I see permissions. Yes, I understand. Okay, so here I see all the access groups and the ID holders. I can see their access level. Later on in the next screen, we will see the reason why is allowed entering every door. Okay, so if I click, as I said, on one of these users, I will be directly transferred to the users module, and I'll see more details about this user. See, mails are entering. Okay, so when I open the users module, I can present the users in two options. One is as a list, and one as a window. Every user has its own window. I can see his name, his photo, his department, his type, his category. You know, we talked yesterday that the AxTraxPro divides users into categories, into types. There are 3 categories. The first one is ID holder, like this one, which is a person that is given temporary access, right? Which is a person that is given specified access rights according to its permissions. A visitor, we have here a visitor that is given. This is a visitor that is giving temporary access rights, and an operator like this one, which is an ID holder that also has permission to also has permission to operate, and to can also get into the access control management software. You can have access to that software. Some operators may have a complete control over the system, while others may be approved to view one section, for example. I see there is a question. How does one get the photo? Great. Importing a PGA file using some function or okay, nice question. We will see it later, because I have here I have here a button for new user and for editing a user, and then you will see that I can export and I can insert his photo from a file in my computer. Okay, but we'll talk about it later. So here in this users module, all the users management is done here. Users access rights, we will see that. Users access level, operators rights, all the user management is done here. And I can, as I said before, I can present it also in a list. Here I see the list of all the users. I see the type. See, we had 3 types, as we said: his photo, his name, his department. For some guys, some operators, they prefer this presentation to see the users in a list. We see the access groups, we see the access level, and if there is any comment, it will be written here. I can search specific. Search a specific user, or if I just type first letter, I will see all these users that always start with this letter, and so on. And I can filter this list by type. Show me all the operators. Show me, please. Someone is asking to be admitted. Okay, now he's admitted. Show me the visitors. I see we have 1 visitor, and I see that is not valid anymore. The time passed for him, and I can sort it by department. Show me, please, who are the users from the marketing department, and these guys are from the marketing department. Or please show me the IT. This guy is from the IT, and so on. And I can also sort this list. Some others are in the waiting room. I just admit them. Okay, they are admitted. Okay, so I can also sort it by access groups. Show me, please, who are from access group 2, or who are from access group 3, and so on. If I click on a specific user, a side window will be opened, and I will get some more details about this user. Of course, I'll see his name. I see his department, his category, his type, what is access, what the access group is, access level, car parking group, and so on. I will see personal details, when it was first established in the system and until when. Now it is unlimited. And I can see his permissions, his credentials. This guy has 3 credentials. He has a card. This is the number of the card. He has a BLE ID app. You know, we mentioned that we have apps available with our readers. We can authenticate to our readers with the Bluetooth functionality. I can leverage my smartphone as Admit all. Other guys are joining now. Great. I can leverage my smartphone as a soft credential, a virtual credential, so I can use my smartphone as soft credential to open the door. We have the BLEAD app, and this guy also has a PIN code, a very sophisticated one. We will see that I can edit his credentials, and I see the doors. Which doors is allowed. This guy is allowed for the main door, for the marketing door, and the server room door. And due to what? Due to his access groups. It means that this guy has an access group that contains all these three doors. Remember that when I showed you the doors module, I was looking for something. I was looking for this. I forgot that it is in the users menu, in the users module. I wanted to know why this user is allowed to enter which door. So for example, if I'll take this user, I will see that this guy, Golan, is allowed entering these two doors, the marketing door and the server room door. But while to the marketing door is allowed because of his access group, to the server room door is allowed because of his access level. It means that the server room is not part of his access group, and he has an access level that is high enough to let him go through the server room door. And of course, I can open every door from the screen. And as I said before, I can edit every user. And when I will press the edit button, I first will see the personal details of this user. As I said, I can change the photo from my computer, from one of the directories. I can change his first name, middle name, last name. I can change his department. I can change his access level. I can change his access group. I can change his access level, car parking group, car and card group, and so on. And I will also can change his validation. I can limit his validation until a specific date. And if I have some more details regarding this user, his email, his mobile, any note, it will be written here. And I can also edit his permissions, his credentials. He has 3 credentials. I can delete, or you can remove any of these each of these credentials. I can add credentials. I can change his rights. Anti-pass became unity, extended door open time, interlock immunity, and so on. Okay, so I will close it because I don't want to change anything. And I can also, as I said before, add a new user from this screen. And I have to choose whether it will be an ID holder or a visitor. And then I will get the same card for the new user, for the new credential holder. I will see all the fields that we just saw before. I'm not going to repeat it because we went through it, but everything can be done from this screen. Okay, this was for the users module. The next module is the lockdown. But before we go over the lockdown and explain what is lockdown, and before we will see the different lockdown groups, and we will activate lockdown, and we'll see what happened in the system, I first want to go to the event screen, because when I will activate and demonstrate lockdown, I will use the event screen. So as we said yesterday, the AxTraxPro records generated events. A list of events can be seen and filtered by type and time in the event screen. Every event I can see it here. I can search an event, for example, show me all the access events, or I can filter the events from here. Show me all the alerts, all controllers events. I can do it from here, this filtering, or please please show me all the events in the last day, last hour, last week, and so on. If I click on an event, a side window will be opened and I will see more details about the event with the generator, the location. The details are changing according to the event itself. It depends on the event. And I can export this list of event. I can export this list of event to Excel, CSV, PDF, HTML, or I can also print the list of events and have it as a hard copy. Okay, that was for the events. So now we will go, just let me see if I covered all the thing that I wanted to show you. You can see the type, you see the name of the event, the location, the generator of the event, if there is. If there is an alert, I will see it here. And in this column, I will see the time of the event. Okay, so now that we are familiar with the event screen, we'll go to lockdown. First of all, we will say that a lockdown, what is a lockdown? A lockdown is actually a group of doors that will be locked and cannot be accessed during an active lockdown. Suppose we have an emergency or emergency situation, I can lock down a group of doors, those doors that I want to handle all at once, according to the situation. And nobody will be allowed entering that doors. In that way, I can keep intruders out of my buildings or for moving around in my building. And here in this screen, I will see the list of all lockdown groups. This is a demo. I wrote 3 of them. Now, for example, let's see this group, lockdown group number 1. Of course, I can give it more logical with meaning, more logical name with meaning. I can write here a description. I can see how many doors will be locked when the lockdown is activated, and how many immune users. Immune user is a user that is allowed entering the doors even if the lockdown is activated. It will still be able to open the doors, but it doesn't mean that it will be able to open all the doors. It will be able to open doors that is allowed entering during a normal and regular situation. It won't be able to open all the doors. And I see cards. What are cards for? There are 2 types of cards. The first card is for activating the lockdown. We will see in a minute that I can activate the lockdown from this screen, but and release it from this screen. But I can also use a card, an activation card that I will pass at any reader throughout the organization, and it doesn't matter which reader it is. I just passed it, and the lockdown will be activated. Then I will have a second card for release. I will pass it at any reader throughout the organization, and it doesn't have to be a specific reader that I use for activation. It can be totally different, and the lockdown will be released. But it is a specific and special card for the lockdown. I can't use a card holder, credential holder card to use it to activate or release the lockdown. It is separated. It has to be totally unique card for this this purpose. Of course, one card can activate many lockdown groups, and many lockdown groups can be activated. You can play with it. You can mix cards with lockdown groups. I see that there is if a door is in the lockdown group and has reader in and Rex out, will the Rex be blocked to during? Yes, of course, because if for exit, it depends how you configure it, because if you say that it is emergency, you can play with it in the configuration, but in the standard way, the Rex also is locked, so nobody can get in or get out. But if I want to let people get out, I can enable the Rex. It depends on your needs. Okay, so now I can see that if I'll click on one of these lockdown groups, a side window will be open with more details. First of all, I can see who are the doors that will be locked if this lockdown group will be activated. We say that we have 3 doors. Now I see what doors: the main door, the marketing door, and server room door. And we said that we have 3 immune users. And if I clicked here, I will see these are the users that are immune and will be able to open the doors even if the lockdown is activated. And I see the name, and I see the department. And I see here the cards. We said that we had cards to operate or release. So I have 2 cards to initiate a lockdown, to arm the lockdown, and 1 to release, 1 to disarm. We will do it live, and you see how it operates. And I can see that I can operate the lockdown and release it from here. We will do that. But before we operate and activate a lockdown, I will show you what happens when in the events screen. What happens if I swipe a card of one of our users? One is immune and one is not immune. We'll go to events. I have here Zoldan is from the marketing department, and is allowed entering the marketing door. So access granted, marketing door. This is Zoldan, but he's not allowed entering the server room door. So when I pass his car, I see access denied, no access rights. Then I will take another guy from the marketing department. I will pass his card at the marketing door, and access granted, Golan is allowed. And I will take also Golan's card and pass it in the server room door. I see that access granted because it's off his access level. Golan is from the marketing department, so he's allowed entering the marketing door, but the server room door is allowed because of his access level. And you will see that also Golan is an immune user. See, Golan, immune user. And when we'll activate the lockdown, you'll see that he will be allowed entering his door, though the lockdown is activated. So now we will activate. We'll activate the lockdown. I will press lockdown, and it will ask me, "Are you sure you want to lockdown?" Yes, lockdown. And now the lockdown is activated. If you can, you will notice that the frame around this lockdown group changed its color to red, and the icon changed to red. It means that the lockdown is activated and all these 3 doors are locked. If I'll go to events, I can see that lockdown manual command, the lockdown was activated and output locked So for the server room door, marketing door, and main door, all these three doors are locked. They are in a lockdown situation. Now, I will pass Zoltan card. The marketing door is from the marketing department, and we see that access denied. If I go here a little bit down here, we'll see that output lockdown, and we see that I just want to see access denied, lockdown not immune, is not immune. So access denied is not allowed entering this door. If Zoltan will go to the server room door, we see that access denied, but not because of the lockdown, because he have no access right. He's not allowed entering the door regardless of the lockdown situation. It means that in a basic level, the system first checks what is your access rights. And only then, if you are allowed, it checks if it tells us that it is a lockdown situation. But in the beginning, from basic level, you have no access rights. So it's denied because of that, and not because of the lockdown situation. Golan, that is another member in the marketing department, when he will pass his card at the marketing door, we see that access granted, lockdown immune, is immune. So access granted for the marketing door, output opened by PC in the marketing door. And now Golan will take his card and will pass it at the server room door. And we'll see that access granted, although is not part of the mark, because although in his marketing access group is not allowed entering the server room door, is allowed there because his access level. So because if he is immune, lockdown immune, he tried to open door 3, and because of his access level, is allowed entering that door because he is immune. Okay. Another thing that we would like to see, that when an immune person, immune user, passed his card and the doors opens, we will see, just a minute. This is, I missed, this is the right card. We'll see, he passed his card, and we will see that, just want to see that the door was opened. I'll put open PC, marketing door, lockdown. Again, I'll do it again. Okay, this is what I wanted you to see. You see that the frame changed its color from red to yellow. It means that a door was opened during a lockdown situation, because an immune person opened the door. And if you go to events, we will see that open door during lockdown because it was immune. So output opened by PC, the marketing door. Yes, lockdown, immune, we can see it here. Okay. And now the door closed again, so the frame is red again. So now I will release the lockdown. So now it is released. So it is blue again, and I want to show you that I can activate this lockdown by the cards. These cards, I will take one of the lockdown, lockdown cards, the arming cards, the activation cards, and this is, I will pass it at any reader. I'll check reader number 2, and now you will see that the lockdown is activated. The frame is red, And if I go to events, I will see that it was down manually by a card, and I will see the number of the card, logged down card. It was manual, not because of a predefined security event, but manually by a card. And it was in the marketing door. It was in reader number 2. Now I will release the lockdown with a release card. And I will do it not from reader number 2, but from reader number 3. So the lockdown is disarmed. And if I go to events, I will see that it was done from the market for just a minute. It should be output unlocked. It was unlocked. And here it is, lockdown card unlock. And it was in the reader number 3. And this is the number of the card. The last thing about lockdown is when a lockdown is activated, I can open manually any door that I would like during the lockdown. Suppose it is a lockdown situation, but I would like to open the main door. So I will just mark the main door, and I will ask to open it. Are you sure you want to open? Yes, open. I can open manually every door during a lockdown. And you see that the frame changes its color to yellow. And now I will lock down again, lock down, and the lockdown is activated again. And I will release the lockdown. Are you sure you want to release? Yes, release. So now the lockdown is released and the frame is blue again. Are there any questions regarding lockdown? There is a question. You could open the door manually in a lockdown because your access level or access group allowed it, correct? No, the access level or access group is for the card holder. They will open a door during a lockdown if they are immune. What I presented here, opening a door manually during a lockdown, I did it as an operator from this screen. I open it from here. And I open it for everybody. I decided that the main door will be open from here. We'll do it again. Lockdown. Now it is locked. We are in a lockdown situation, and I want to open the main door from here as an administrator. And this door is open for everybody. But if I'm in a lockdown situation and one of the users is allowed entering a specific door just for a few minutes, the door will be locked back again, must be immune. It's 2 different situations. Okay, so you understand that. Great. Okay, so after we talked about lockdown, let's go to networks. In large organizations, each access control panel is connected, each controller is connected to a network. And the list of all networks that were predefined in the system are listed and are shown in the network screen. Here we'll see all the networks in a list and their status. Now, because it is a demo case, it's not a real life system. I just configured one network with one controller. But in a real life situation, I will have a long list of a lot of networks. I can see the status, the status of the network, it is okay. The type, is it TCP/IP or RS-485 network? Because our legacy panels can be connected between them in an RS-485 bus with OSDP protocol, up to 32 controllers in one network. This is the TCP/IP. The controller is connected to the server by the LAN or WAN by TCP/IP. The name of the network, first floor, if it was a real life situation, you will have your second floor, third floor, fourth floor, and so on. How many controllers in this network? Now we have one. And what is the address of the network? And controller's status, which is okay. If I click on it, I will see in these windows some more details. First of all, I see all the controllers. Now we have only one. We'll see how many controllers are okay, only one, how many are disconnected, and how many disabled. And I will see here the list of all the controller in this specific network that I just pressed and clicked on. I see the type, it is AC805, the name of the controller, the firmware version, and the status, and I can do a test to each of these controllers. If I have a list of controllers, for every each of them, I can make a test. So I just press test, and then I will have all the test results. See the time of the test, firmware version, bootloader version, hardware type. This is AC825. We are here. We have the controller AC825 with an expansion board, the D805. This is here, the board name D805, and the description and the ID. It is the first. We have only one, so the ID is 1. Here again, I can export the list to Excel, CSV, PDF, and HTML, or print the list. Now there's only one, but if there is a list, I will see all the list. And now we go to reports. Reports, we can have, for example, the immediate reports that brings the who has been in today report, which is actually a list that shows where and at what time each user was first granted access today. We can see the type of the user, operator, ID holder, visitor, and so on, the name, the photo, the department, and the location. Where was first granted access today, and at what time? This person maybe entered many times this door and this door, but the first time that he entered this morning, this day, this afternoon, this is the first entrance. It was in the marketing door, and I can filter it by doors. Show me who was first entered the marketing door this morning. This is the list. Or who entered the server room doors, the IT manager. Yes. And show me, I can filter it by departments, management or marketing, and so on. I can search a specific user, and I can filter this list by time, by interval of time from when to when. And of course, I can export it, as we saw before, to Excel, CSV, PDF, and HTML, or print the list of this report. Okay. So this is the who has been in today. We have also controllers reports, attendance reports. I can choose a specific. I can choose a specific month in the year, January, for example, and I will see the attendance reports. I'll see the date. I will see all months. I will see the day in the week, in the time in, which is the time the user entered the premise, time out, which is the time the user exited the premise, and I see the duration. And comments, absence, it was not of course, it's not a real life situation, so it's not filled, but I can do it to departments, all departments, specific department, all users. For example, if I go down here, you'll ask me show more, and I will have this for other, show more for other users, or I will ask it for specific users. And of course, export, as we saw before, or just print it as a printed attendance report for a specific user or for many users. Yes, we saw this. Okay, that's it. Are there any questions about what we have covered so far, guys? Guys, are there any questions? Okay, so I see that there's...
Not from me, thank you.
Okay, thanks to you, Naveen. Okay, so it was nice being with you. If there's any question or information needed, you can contact me by mail or by phone. You have it in my email that I send you. There is a question. How long does the system retain records? Usually it's for 1 year back, but if you want more, it's all depends on the hard disk storage. You can make it even bigger. For the attendance report, you could export it too. Yes, of course. It can be exported to external accounting system. We do it. We have, even here in Israel, we have a company which is also our distributor. His specialty is attendance reports. He sells our products to integrators, our readers, controllers, credentials, but is a company of attendance report and uses our system. Yes, it is possible. Are there any other reports? Sorry, any other questions? The license of AxTraxNG can be used to Pro. It is all a deal according to the circumstances. When you want to upgrade to AxTraxPro from AxTraxNG, we see what you have. We see we have a complete view of the project, and we give you a specific offer for upgrade. Are there any other questions, guys? Okay, so I see that there's no question anymore, other questions. So you contact me, as I said, by mail or by phone. So it was a pleasure for me to be with you. And during next month, we'll have some more other webinars. So you are welcome to join them too. And I wish you a great day. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.